Hey there, and welcome back to POMpod, the Peace of Mind podcast. I'm Travis Gasper from Gasper Law in Texas, and today we're diving into something I hear almost daily. Estate planning? No way, I'm too young for that. I don't own much. Why would I need an estate plan? Or aren't wills just for rich people? Sound familiar? These myths and misconceptions hold a lot of people back from taking simple but crucial steps to protect themselves and their loved ones. But here's the truth: estate planning isn't about your age, how much money you have, or even whether you have kids. It's about being prepared for whatever life throws your way. So today, we're busting those myths wide open. We'll separate fact from fiction and give you clarity on what estate planning really involves, who's it for, spoiler alert, it's probably you, and why it matters, no matter who you are or what stage of life you're in. By the end of this episode, you'll feel empowered, informed, and maybe even surprised about what estate planning can do for your peace of mind. So grab your coffee, tea, or whatever gets you comfortable, and let's dive in. Let's jump right into our first big myth. This one I hear all the time, especially from younger adults and couples who are just starting out. And honestly, it makes total sense. The myth goes like this: I'm too young to need an estate plan. Maybe you're thinking, Travis, estate planning is for older people, right? I'm healthy. I don't have a huge estate. I'm nowhere near retirement. Why would I even need to think about it now? If this sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. But let me offer you a different perspective, because this myth is actually one of the most important ones to bust wide open. Here's the reality: estate planning isn't only about what happens after you pass away. It's also about what happens if something unexpected affects you while you're still alive. And unfortunately, unexpected events don't discriminate based on age. Let's imagine this scenario for a moment. You're young, healthy, maybe recently married or in a committed relationship, living your life, building your career, traveling, spending time with friends and family. But then out of nowhere, something unexpected happens, like an accident, a sudden illness, or even a medical emergency. Suddenly, you're in a hospital bed, unable to communicate clearly or make your own decisions. In that moment, who steps in to make medical decisions on your behalf? Who manages your finances, makes sure your rent or mortgage is paid, and keeps things running smoothly until you recover? Without a basic estate plan, the people who care about you most might face some very real and stressful legal hurdles just to help you. That's where these core documents come in, documents that are absolutely essential, regardless of age, assets, or marital status. Number one, a medical power of attorney. This allows someone you trust deeply, maybe your spouse, partner, parent, sibling, or close friend, to make healthcare decisions for you if you're not able to. Number two, a financial power of attorney. This document empowers someone to manage your finances, pay your bills, and handle important decisions if you're incapacitated, even temporarily. Number three, an advance directive or living will. This clearly outlines your wishes for medical treatment, such as end-of-life care decisions, removing the guesswork from your loved one's shoulders. And number four, a HIPAA authorization. This gives your trusted person or people access to your medical information quickly, which can be critical in emergencies. Now, here's the thing. I know that when you're young and healthy, it's tempting to push these decisions down the road. It feels distant, maybe even uncomfortable to talk about. But consider this a powerful act of love and responsibility toward yourself and the people you care about. I want to quickly share a story about a client, a young professional in Dallas, vibrant and successful, just 32 years old. One day, out of nowhere, she experienced a sudden medical crisis. Thankfully, she had taken just a small amount of time to put basic estate planning documents in place. Her family was able to step in immediately with clear legal authority to handle her medical decisions and financial matters until she recovered. Instead of being stuck dealing with stressful court processes or red tape, they could focus on supporting her emotionally and physically. The peace of mind and relief her family experienced was immeasurable. But here's the thing. If she hadn't done those simple steps, the situation would have looked dramatically different. Stressful, expensive, and unnecessarily complicated. So the myth of being too young to plan your estate is exactly that, a myth. Estate planning at its core is about protecting yourself and your loved ones, ensuring clarity, dignity, and ease during some of life's most unpredictable moments. It's about empowerment, not age. It's about preparedness, not wealth. If this has resonated with you today, take a moment to reflect. Who would you trust to make decisions if you couldn't? Do you have any documents in place to clearly guide them? At Gasper Law, we're committed to making estate planning approachable, easy to understand, and tailored exactly for your stage of life, whether you're 25 or 65. So don't wait until later. Start today. Still have doubts or questions? Good. That means you're thinking seriously about this, and we're here to help. After all, estate planning doesn't have to be intimidating, expensive, or overly complicated. At Gasper Law, we make it accessible, simple, and yes, even enjoyable. Stay with me because next we're busting another big myth. All I need is a will, right? Let's clear that one up next. All right, let's keep this myth-busting train rolling and jump right into another common misunderstanding we hear almost every single day. All I need is a will, right? It's true, having a will is absolutely essential. But here's the thing. Relying on a will alone to cover everything in your estate plan is like relying on one tool for every job around your house. Sure, a hammer is great, but you wouldn't use it to fix every issue, would you? A will is fantastic for clearly stating who should receive your assets after you pass away, naming guardians for minor children, and choosing someone you trust to handle settling your estate. It's a vital piece of the puzzle. But a will only goes into effect after your death, and that leaves some big gaps. First, let's talk about 3 major things a will alone doesn't address. First, incapacity or disability. This is something a lot of people overlook, but it's so important. If you're incapacitated, let's say due to illness, injury, or even cognitive decline, a will does absolutely nothing to help you. Who will handle your bills or make financial decisions for you? Who makes decisions about your medical care? Without the right documents in place, like a medical power of attorney and financial power of attorney, your loved ones might be forced into a difficult and costly guardianship process, adding stress at a time when they least need it. Second, probate. Many people mistakenly assume that having a will means their family won't have to go through probate court. But in reality, a will still has to go through probate, especially if you own real estate, bank accounts, or other substantial assets solely in your name. Probate is the court process of validating your will, identifying your property, paying debts, and distributing what's left to your heirs. But probate can be costly, it's public, and it can take months or even years in some cases. A will alone doesn't avoid probate, but tools like a revocable living trust can keep your assets out of probate entirely, saving your family time, money, and emotional strain. Third, privacy and ease for your loved ones. Here's something many people don't realize. A will becomes a public record after your death. Anyone can look it up, see exactly what assets you own, and who received them. If privacy matters to you, and it does to many of our clients, a trust-based plan can keep your personal matters completely confidential. Think of it this way. A will is just one essential part of a comprehensive estate plan, like one puzzle piece. But a solid estate plan includes a financial power of attorney to ensure someone can step in and manage your financial affairs if you can't, medical power of attorney and advance directive, making sure your healthcare decisions are respected no matter what, a HIPAA authorization, allowing your chosen loved ones easy access to your medical information, and a revocable living trust, if appropriate, to simplify asset distribution, avoid probate, protect privacy, and even manage assets during incapacity. So no, it's not just a will. A strong estate plan is thoughtfully built around your personal circumstances, your family dynamics, and your wishes. It provides clarity and direction not just after your death, but also throughout your life. At Gasper Law, we're passionate about helping you understand all these pieces clearly and helping you put together a plan that's tailored exactly to your needs. Whether it's simple documents or a more detailed trust-based strategy, we're here to guide you every step of the way. If you've been relying on just a will, or maybe even wondering if you need a will at all, it might be time to have a conversation. You deserve clarity, peace of mind, and a plan that truly protects you and the people you love most. Coming up next, we're going to tackle another big myth head on. Estate planning is too expensive or complicated. I promise it doesn't have to be. Stay tuned. All right, let's tackle another common myth that's probably crossed your mind at some point, and that's totally understandable. It goes like this: estate planning is too expensive or complicated. Now, I hear this one all the time. Many folks worry that estate planning involves mountains of confusing paperwork, legal jargon, or that it's only affordable if you're super wealthy. But let me put your mind at ease. This myth couldn't be further from reality. First, let's talk about complexity. Yes, some situations are more complex than others, and some estate plans require more careful, detailed planning. But guess what? For most people, especially young adults, middle-class families, and couples without extensive assets, estate planning is straightforward and far simpler than you might imagine. At its core, estate planning is about answering just a few basic questions clearly and thoughtfully. Who would you trust to make decisions for you if you couldn't? Who should take care of your loved ones? Children, pets, or others who depend on you? How do you want your assets and belongings handled if you're not around? These questions don't have to be complicated, and answering them now saves your loved ones from confusion and stress down the road. At Gasper Law, our entire mission is to simplify the estate planning process. We've created clear, straightforward packages that give you the essentials you need. We cut through the legalese, handle the paperwork, and ensure you understand everything along the way. Now, let's talk about cost. One of the biggest myths is that estate planning is expensive, that it's something only wealthy folks can afford. But here's the truth. Not having an estate plan can be far more costly, emotionally and financially, for your loved ones later. Without a proper estate plan, families often face unnecessary legal fees, lengthy court battles, and additional stress. Trust me, the peace of mind you gain from a thoughtful, personalized estate plan is worth every penny, especially when compared to the potential cost. Trust me, the peace of mind you gain from a thoughtful, personalized estate plan is worth every penny, especially when compared to the potential cost and emotional strain of having no plan at all. At Gasper Law, affordability and accessibility are part of our core values. We believe everyone deserves a quality estate plan, no matter their budget or financial situation. That's why we offer transparent, flat fee pricing with no hidden surprises. It's why we also offer flexible payment options and packages specifically designed to fit your needs, your lifestyle, and your wallet. We've also intentionally created ways for clients to start small and build on their plans as their lives and their needs evolve. That might mean starting with just the essentials, like a medical power of attorney and financial power of attorney, and then revisiting your plan as your family, finances, or circumstances grow and change. Estate planning isn't one size fits all. It's personal, and that's exactly how we approach it. Simple, affordable, tailored specifically to you. You don't have to feel overwhelmed, intimidated, or uncertain because we're here to guide you every step of the way. So if the fear of expense or complexity has been holding you back, I promise you there's a better, simpler way. Taking that first step might feel daunting, but once you do, you'll be amazed at how easy and straightforward it can truly be. You've got this, and we've got your back. Now, stay tuned because coming up next, we're diving into our final myth of the day. Estate planning is a one and done task. Spoiler alert, it's not, but it's easier than you think to stay updated. Let's tackle that next. All right, let's dive into our final myth for today, one that trips up even those who've already taken steps towards creating an estate plan. Here's the myth. Estate planning is a one and done task. I totally get why this myth exists. Estate planning feels like something you just want to check off your list and never think about again, right? You get your documents signed, tucked away safely, and then move on with life. Done. But here's the truth. Your life isn't static, and your estate plan shouldn't be either. Let me put it another way. Think about your estate plan as a living document, something that grows and evolves right alongside you. Life is full of change, new relationships, breakups, career moves, kids, grandkids, moves across town or across the country, even unexpected changes like health issues or financial setbacks. Every one of these big events could affect your plan. If your documents aren't kept up to date, your loved ones might face unnecessary confusion, disputes, or stress when they need clear guidance the most. Let me share a quick example from my own clients here in Texas. A lovely couple, let's call them Sam and Alex, created their estate plan right after getting married in their late 20s. Smart move, right? But then life got busy, as it always does. A few years later, they bought a house, adopted a child, and Sam changed jobs. Huge milestones. Unfortunately, they never updated their estate plan. Then something unexpected happened. Alex had a medical emergency. Fortunately, Alex recovered fully, but the stress and confusion their family faced trying to navigate decisions because documents didn't match their current life was something they vowed never to repeat. And I hear versions of this story more often than you'd think. So, when should you update your estate plan? Here's an easy way to think about it. Review it whenever you hit any of these major life events. Relationship changes, marriage, divorce, or new long-term relationships. Family additions, having or adopting children, grandchildren, or even pets. Losses, if someone named in your documents, like an executor, trustee, guardian, or beneficiary, passes away. Financial shifts, a significant increase or decrease in your assets, receiving an inheritance, or purchasing property. Moves, relocating to another state, since laws can vary and affect your plan. Health changes, a significant diagnosis or other medical changes affecting you or your loved ones. Beyond major events, it's a good rule of thumb to review your estate plan every 1 to 2 years just to be safe. And here's the great news. Updating your plan is usually quick, simple, and stress-free, especially if you've already worked with us before. At Gasper Law, we understand that life is busy. So we built an easy way to keep your plan updated and current. That's why we created the Peace of Mind 365 Client Care Program, or POM 365. It's a simple, proactive way to ensure your documents stay up to date, reflecting your current wishes, your current life, and current laws, without you having to stress or remember every little detail yourself. Through POM 365, We remind you when it's time to revisit your documents, offer annual plan reviews, keep you informed about important changes in the law, and offer ongoing support. It's about more than just paperwork. It's about the ongoing peace of mind that your plan truly reflects your life, no matter how it changes. Remember, your estate plan isn't something you do once and lock away. It's a thoughtful reflection of your evolving life and legacy. It's worth checking in regularly to make sure your voice is always heard clearly. All right, we've covered a lot today. Stick around for one final wrap up where I'll summarize the myths we busted and give you simple next steps you can take right now to get started or updated on your own peace of mind journey. Okay, we've had some deep dives today, but before we wrap up, let's have a little fun with a quick fire lightning round. I'm going to rapidly debunk some smaller but equally stubborn estate planning myths we hear all the time. Ready? Let's do it. Myth: if I don't have a will, everything automatically goes to my spouse or partner, right? Fact: not necessarily. Without a will, Texas state law decides where your assets go, and that might not match your wishes or expectations. Don't leave it to chance, put it in writing. Myth: estate planning is only about money or property. Fact: nope. It's also about your healthcare wishes, who makes decisions for you if you're incapacitated, and even who takes care of your children or pets. Estate planning is about protecting everything and everyone you love. Myth: my family knows what I want, so I don't need formal documents. Fact: even the closest families can get confused or disagree in a crisis. Formalizing your wishes saves everyone from unnecessary stress, disputes, and second guessing during tough times. Fact: probate court is quick and easy. Fact: usually no. Probate can be expensive, slow, and is public, especially if you haven't planned ahead. Tools like trusts or beneficiary designations can help your loved ones skip this hassle altogether. Myth: estate planning means thinking about death, and that's depressing. Fact: actually, estate planning is all about life. It's about protecting your loved ones, reducing stress, and empowering you to live confidently, knowing everything is in order. Myth: estate planning is something I can easily do myself online. Fact: you can, but should you? DIY planning risks costly mistakes, oversights, or missed opportunities specific to your situation. Working with a professional ensures everything is personalized, accurate, and legally sound. Phew, how did we do? Did we bust any myths that surprised you? Here's the bottom line: estate planning doesn't have to be scary, complicated, expensive, or depressing. It's simply a smart, practical way to care for yourself and the people who matter most. Stay tuned. We're wrapping up next with a quick summary and some easy next steps you can take today to secure your peace of mind. Wow, we've covered a lot today, haven't we? We've busted some of the biggest myths around estate planning, that it's only for older folks or the ultra wealthy. It's not. That you're too young or healthy to need an estate plan. You're not. That having just a will covers everything. It doesn't. That estate planning has to be expensive or complicated. No way. And finally, that estate planning is something you only have to do once. Definitely not. The bottom line is this: estate planning is about protecting yourself, your loved ones, and your peace of mind. And honestly, that's worth investing just a little time and attention into, isn't it? So here's my challenge to you today. Take just one step forward. Maybe that's scheduling your peace of mind planning session with us at Gasper Law, checking out our free resources at gasperlawpllc.com, or simply reaching out to get your questions answered. Whatever it is, take that first step. Your future self and your loved ones will thank you. If this episode resonated with you, please consider sharing it with someone you care about. And if you've enjoyed today's conversation, we'd be honored if you subscribed and left us a quick review. It truly makes a difference. Thanks for spending your valuable time with us today. Until next time, I'm Travis Gasper, and this has been POMpod, the Peace of Mind podcast. Stay informed, stay empowered, and most importantly, stay prepared.